So, I recorded this video months ago, planning to release on SpongeBob's 25th anniversary. That didn't happen, so I'm putting this disclaimer at the start of the video. Hi, I'm Daniel, and SpongeBob has hit the big 25-year-old mark. SpongeBob has been going on for a quarter of a century, and while part of me considered doing a younger video for that, I would rather spend time on other videos. I still wanted to make something, and I was thinking, last year I reviewed the greatest episode, Bang Geeks. It's very big sky now. To change that, I'll go over a yes typical second favourite episode that I only just realised is also performing music. Ripped Pants and Bestie Ever are also my top 10 which have musical performances in them. I just really like musicals. Anyway, Hello Bikini Bottom in a WNF episode, easily the best special SpongeBob's ever had. I remember liking it when I was young, especially a Never Give Up song. However, time has made me appreciate this so much more for the music, comedy, and the emotional depth it gives these characters. It balances all these aspects out in an almost perfect episode I wish was more talked about. As well as this is a final episode of Season 8, and that gives it a definitive era ending feel. While SpongeBob's quality really changed every season, I do still think this middle era of Season 6 to 8 is the weakest part of the show's run. So, seeing it end an episode like this is just very special to me. In this video, I will try my best to use masterpiece justice, though I won't be as much scene by scene as Bang Geek's video. And while we'll talk about the rest of the episode, most of the analysis will be sent to the Never Give Up part. So, Hello Bikini Bottom starts casual with regular title music for his title card. The opening scene is Squidward playing clarinet, and it's actually really good. To be honest, his playing is good in more episodes than not, and I'm tired of this false narrative being spread that he's a bad musician. SpongeBob plays ukulele with him, and it sounds very keen. Inject this instrumental music in my veins. This track is played a lot for the episode, and I see how that would be a problem for an inferior track, but this isn't that. It's so calming and music to fall asleep to that I don't mind at all. This duet is great, but there's sung music in this episode too. While part of me wishes done more than 2 songs by how both of some SpongeBob best, I think these are the best spots for song in the episode. They serve the story and the scene in ways that adding other songs wouldn't. Speaking of, this new character shows up by magic of hearing good music he can make success out of. He abruptly starts singing the song It's High Tide Time to Go on Tour, which is catchy and brilliant music, yay. I've seen these vibes be described as forced, but I don't feel that way when you listen to it. There's some moments like the tour must consist of the squirrel with a tiny to the wrist, but it's also in such a fun way. The character whose name is Colonel Carper introduced you a your quick yarn to tell them how you want to be a manager and go on tour. That tour will make them your money, which magically summons Mr. Krabs to join their conversation. Remember, never say the N-word and Mr. Krabs in the same dimension as you, or you will regret it. This next part is the best part of the song, showing the different characters want. Mr. Krabs is obvious, but Squidward sees the fans as most important. And no, it's not the kind of abuser when you're feeling too hot. This is really interesting for his character wanting to be successful in life. While wanting fans sounds shallow at first, I think they applies with aspirations feeling achieved in his interest. Then there's SpongeBob who cares about the team. This fully shows him wanting to spend time with people close to him. Squidward is more mixed about this case, Jamie pretending he doesn't like SpongeBob. I'll go more in depth with the dynamic later in the video. Just know this was a great opening song and scene, but not the best I'll get to later. Anyway, Mr. Krabs takes over tour manager for the money, when he could have just found nobody to tag along. While he's not big at the actual roadies, he has shown to be strong before, also great to calculate the position. It could be said that SpongeBob and Squidward's potential success in this episode was ruined by him. While this is true, I don't think it takes away from the episode. This not only got Mr. Krabs here to improve the episode, but can make them show the struggles in a way with Semi trying to enter the industry. Mr. Krabs makes up for all the things he needs by picking Posh as a roadie, which is just a funny idea. He isn't the most plot relevant in this episode, but we don't need that for him, he's just funny comedy. Mr. Krabs steals Miss Puff's buzz and uses the Krusty Krab speaker for sound equipment. He uses these cop-outs of money, yet still decides to pawn the Krusty Krab for sale for extra money. This is no way to increase the stakes of the episode, and I think I'm okay with that. I like how even Squidward admits to regret that decision despite not even liking that place. There's a joke about Plankton finding it in a pawn shop and going home to get his wire. Unless the formula is part of the deal on sale, I don't know what there is to gain from this aside from the label that maybe increases business. He is too at the end, this is just a funny cutaway. Now with most of the episode setup discussed, it's time to look at the events in the middle. This will be quicker than the rest of the video. Colonel Carper starts an antagonistic role in the episode with his rivalry with Mr. Krabs. Both are shown to be money obsessed and not the best people, which are both in the wrong parts. It only matters that SpongeBob and Squidward are placed in between them. Carper builds up their sound system, but Krabs then steals the entire wall of sound equipment. Their first gigs are a grocery store, and once again the music is so nice. The sound effects go very well with the scene to create this music. In the end, Mr. Krabs is given the bill for this. I used to wonder why, but the manager just wants money, and it did technically lead to destroy products. Their second gig's our retirement home, where they keep getting too yellow to that one guy, so he just walk away. Their third gig's our child's birthday party, which Wilbur almost used before getting a tail pinned on him. All these locations highlight the yak of a tour this is, with them barely paying in the yatta too. These situations are comical and help establish the failure in Squidward's mind throughout all of this. The next gig was almost an electronic outhouse, but they used them at the stadium. Squidward says it better not be another one of your tricks, and Krabs just doesn't answer. This face is really funny. He swapped venues with Ned and Needlefish, where they played the electronic outhouse instead. Squidward is excited about performing, only for them to be chased off stage by Needlefish these. The crowd went wild. Carper approaches Krabs and sues him for every last dime. They have nothing left and crash over a cliff. The only damage were a flat tire, but Patrick ate the spare tire, even though SpongeBob had snack tires for in between meals. This is a great example of adding on to what normally wouldn't be a funny joke, by having tire eating just be a normal thing for them. Squidward wants money before leaving, but Krabs has lost everything. Squidward just walks about, while SpongeBob says the Krusty Krab needs him. This one shot of SpongeBob watching Squidward walk away into the sunset goes hard. This is where the best scene in the episode starts. I really like song moments in media and generally doing SpongeBob. Most of my favourite episodes have songs. However, they are mostly short and just a random gag. While most do sound good and often great, it's admittedly a step below the other animated shows that do consistent songs. While Band Geeks is a masterpiece, it is telling that for the Sweet Victory scene they used already existing song and a singer for it. I don't think the general consensus is that these characters are great singers. But now there's many AI calls with them, that's mainly for how Plankton and Patrick can do. The fact that this episode uses SpongeBob and Squidward's real voice is brilliant and adds to how personal this upcoming scene feels to them. I don't want to overanalyze every single lyric, but going bit by bit is the best way to dissect this. SpongeBob stands at the top of the buzz and starts playing the ukulele. He asks Squidward to look inward about what awesome band he still could be. First off, Squidward and Inward is the best rhyme ever. No song or poem writer can ever compete with that. Secondly, this highlights the optimism and hope that may be unrealistic due to the situation, but his positivity can really sell SpongeBob's character. This episode is one of the best uses of SpongeBob, with little of his annoyance and more just his hope. Before title is said, you get the vibe of SpongeBob never giving up. You also see this verse being more emotion driven here and not just blind faith like usual. We've not really seen much of SpongeBob's stance on everything going on in this episode, it's mainly just Squidward's reactions, so it's great there's still some desperation within his hope. Him begging for Squidward saying I cannot allow this to be a last bar was such a crucial part in this song. Now it cuts to Squidward's part, where he wonders how he cannot see his plan was a failure from the start. Like how SpongeBob isn't 100% optimistic, Squidward isn't 100% cynical either. He's being established as a character with dreams and aspirations, which at first blind him to all the problems within this plan until he eventually copes through sarcasm and dissonance. He also says being around SpongeBob is bad for his heart, and what did he do this episode? Be mad at Krabs, not him. Like I said in one previous video, Squidward is assumed away. In that same video, I also briefly mentioned this song being like a romantic duet, which I partly stand by. You wouldn't need to change anything about the scene or lyrics for it to be placed in a romantic context. If anything, that would better explain how SpongeBob is bad for his heart. Moving on from that interpretation, Squidward rants about all these places making him feel his career in music is over and will never go anywhere. He just bitterly gives up. It's on Krabs' piano, but also about his dreams in general. He's just walking somewhere with no destination, over a beautiful and strong red background. Back to SpongeBob, who at first tries to mention Miss Krabs going bankrupt, but why would anyone care about that? After, he says they've got into be a huge success and he can't settle for yes. He's still grasping onto his optimistic spin, thinking about their possible success. He promised himself not to shed this tear, which seemed like him getting close to giving up himself. I also just need to talk about how Tom Kenny and Roger Bumper sang this. They stay in voice while putting so much emotion in this song, especially SpongeBob trying these high notes. Squidward realizes he's far from home, which I see as a metaphor of how far he is from his dreams. Still, he decides to give up on giving up, hits the part where he turns around and plays. I've seen this yarn be called self-aware while making these type of scenes, with people acknowledging this the part where he does it. I can see this view, and it may have been the intention when writing. Still, I see this as a reflection of thinking about how he can't accomplish his dreams. Instead, he just turns around to SpongeBob's level, as the instincts say that with my instrument is how I say. This rings so true with how they convey the rest of the song through just music. The split screen between them gives me vibes of yin and yang, which I see as fitting. As Cynic is meeting halfway to embrace his passion and soul through music, meanwhile Optimus is expressing more emotion through the solo. At this moment, the music is all that matters to them. At the start of the episode, there was some arguing through music while mainly just Scribbles doing that. Now they are harmonizing, it's so beautiful. This says the opposites carry down the relationship with each other. While Scribbles says he hates SpongeBob, they are both important at balancing each other out. When they combine, it creates a magical moment. This may have to be and stay my favourite SpongeBob scene. While Pancakes is probably the best scene, Sweet Victory was Squidward's moment that SpongeBob was just there for. This puts the focus on the most important contrast of the show, with a scene that will forever go down as masterful. There's also how Squidward floats up to the bus and the colour changing in the background from red to blue to purple. This further highlights the middle ground between them, as purple is a mixture of red and blue, even if there is also an in-universe reason for that I'll get in a bit. Squidward ends it by saying that was actually kinda good. It's nice to see him feel good about himself away from worries for this moment. Even if pretty good is severely underselling himself. That isn't the ending, but it's the most important scene right to the second best episode. This has a crowd form only to reveal just for a meteor shower behind them. This is a funny joke that I don't think takes away from that scene, since the need for there to be a crowd wasn't important to them at that moment. Also, SpongeBob and Squidward never found out that the crowd wasn't there for them, so it doesn't really matter to them either. Mr. Krabs charges a mission that Yandy doesn't own and almost wins, but a young form of people he needs to pay back. They all just spawn here out of nowhere. Colonel Carper takes more money from him just because, and they cut back to him with the Krusty Krab in the pawn shop. They are sad about it, but Gary's college fund compares shit back. This is a bit of a basic ending to return to a status quo. It's a bit strange how Squidward didn't even appear in the end, but that wasn't needed. They already had their moment through the Never Up song. These extra 2 minutes are still funny, it doesn't do anything to pull down this masterpiece. While I may have overanalyzed a bit, I think it's such a great character study as well as being a fun episode with great music. It deserves its double length and doesn't feel rushed, which is a sign of one of the show's best. In conclusion, I'm glad I got to discuss this episode of all episodes for the 25th anniversary, which I'm a couple of days late on, but better late than never. While it's honestly no longer my favourite show, I will forever love SpongeBob. And I do have motivation for videos on it, the certain episodes I could make videos on, and the Saving Bikini Bottom film. It got yeeked on Yarn earlier and I saw it, finding it pretty average. When it properly released, I'll probably make a full video discussing it. There's also another SpongeBob movie out December 2025, so there's no shortage of SpongeBob content releasing. Even if I am putting off catching up with season 13. If you enjoyed this video, consider pressing subscribe and watching more. The end.